Welcome to RV Retirement Redesign, where our retirement is not what we thought it was going to be. Thank goodness. We've joined the full-time RV phenomenon and we love it. So stay tuned for tips and tricks and ideas, regardless of whether you're a full-time RVer, a traveling RVer, in your retirement, or just starting out. We post every week and we'd love you to come along. So like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So today we're going to talk all about how to live tiny. How do you make this work? Going from a larger home, regardless of its size, is very different than living in a tiny home. So let's get into it. The main reason that we entered into the full-time RV phenomenon was to allow Bob to live closer to the lakes where he provides services as a fishing guide. However, we just couldn't find the right home in the little town we were moving to, and we were intrigued about tiny homes and decided to explore the options that might be available to us. We had already downsized from this 4,200 square foot home into a 1,200 square foot condo, and we liked the freedom this transition afforded us. Thus, we decided we were ready to go even smaller. We ended up purchasing an RV. If you want to know more about our full story, you can read that on our website, and I'll put the link below. So we ended up purchasing the RV, and we began going through the whole ordeal of weeding out what would be essential in the RV, what would go into storage until we could decide to sell, and what needed to be donated. While going through these actions, it reminded me of how difficult it was disposing of my parents' belongings after they passed. Being the oldest in the family, it was my responsibility to handle both of my parents' estates and stuff. I remember vowing not to leave my son with such a burden and realized this was the perfect time to take care of the past so my son wouldn't have to. Was it easy? Absolutely not. Going tiny means living a tiny lifestyle, and that requires a mind shift. This is easier for some than it is for others. My husband is a pack rat, and we still have a storage area that he needs to decide what he's going to do with some of this stuff. But here are a few things to help you through the process or help you regain your space if you were a bit less successful making the switch in the first place. First and foremost, you need to make a commitment. Now, this seems like a no-brainer, but living tiny is an all-in decision. It doesn't have to be a forever decision, but while you are living tiny, you need to live tiny. My general motto for this commitment is that if something new comes into the RV, something must go to free up that space. To live with such a commitment, you need to have a clear and justifiable why. And your why is the reminder of the value and outcome your willingness to deal with the tough times will afford you. So write down your why and then keep it close. Then, when the urge comes to buy or hoard, and it will, read through your why and recommit. Second, everything you want to save should fit in one of these three categories. 1, things you want to keep, and you only keep things if there is a need or a purpose for them. If it's a memory you're trying to cherish, take a picture, keep a scrap of the material, write down the memory and put it in a book or keep it on a flash drive. Number 2 are things you want to store, and these are things that there is a need for them, you just don't need them all the time. So one category might be things that you'll need in the future. Maybe these are seasonal items like outdoor furniture, Christmas decorations, seasonal clothing, extension cords, space heaters, those kinds of things. Another category is in case of emergencies and an occasional need, like batteries, extra towels, and beddings for guests, larger tools, luggage, extra food, things like that. And the third category are definitely the things that you could donate or sell, things you don't want or realize you can't use anymore. We had a bunch of antiques we had to take care of, office supplies from our business, camping stuff that don't fit with the new camping style we have, some of our kids' stuff, and stuff that was just junk. After categorizing all of your things that you are going to bring in, keep, and store in the RV, then it's time to figure out where you're going to put them and how are you going to remember where they are. First of all, put everything in zones. So try to keep the like items together. Get a little composition notebook or something like that that you can write down or make a file on your computer and make a map of where you store things. If you keep like items, it's going to be easy to remember where you have these different items. But if you have all kinds of stuff all over the place, it's going to be more difficult to remember where you put things. Also, Be creative. We found some really creative places to do some storage in our RV, and I'll link it up above here and below for you to take a look. Now, if you're a follower of the Home Edit, which you can see on Netflix, by the way, you will understand what these zones look like and how valuable it is to put most of your stuff in clear containers. You can label these, you can see these. This will help you stay organized, how to keep things in zone. And now Walmart has wonderful Home Edit containers that are acrylic and they are priced right. We hope you enjoyed today's video and that you got a couple good ideas. If you liked it, would you please do us the favor of liking and subscribing? Thanks. Until next time, bye-bye.